Hi, boys and girls. You've been doing a great job writing your informational nonfiction books. We've been loving hearing about all the different topics. Today is an exciting day in the writing process because you're done drafting, revising, and editing, and today is the special day where we publish. Today I'm going to quickly show you how you can publish your writing. Now, we don't have any publishing paper, so you're going to use whatever writing paper you have at home. I'm just using this piece of loose leaf. This has no lines, so I could either create my own lines or I can just write. First thing we should do when we publish is to make sure that at the top we have our heading, whether we're writing our introduction, a body paragraph, or our conclusion. Here I've already drafted out one of them. I wrote my introduction. I took what I wrote on my piece of paper and everything that I had drafted, and I completely copied it over onto another piece of paper in my neatest handwriting. I made sure to copy every single thing that I drafted. I copied all of my revisions and everything I edited. Up top, I have my heading, introduction. I made sure to capitalize it. I also made sure to underline it. I created for myself my own illustration box. And then I drew an illustration that had something to do with what I was writing about. And then here I wrote out my introduction in my neatest handwriting. You guys are going to work with me to write my first body paragraph. Now the first subtopic I chose is what tigers look like. So here I'm going to take my piece of paper and I'm going to write what tigers look like. Notice that each first letter is capitalized. I underline the heading. Now here I'd like to give myself a box that I can draw in. I wrote a pretty long paragraph here, so I'm going to give myself a smaller box than I did for my introduction. And I'm going to come back to do my illustration later. Would you like to know what tigers look like? Use my finger indent. Would you like to know, coming back to the beginning of the page, what tigers look like? Question mark? See here, I have one of my revisions where I added in a first or a transition word. I'm going to make sure that I copy that over. First, comma, now tigers will be lowercase. Tigers have thick orange fur. Have thick orange fur. Also, see how that's something that I added in there. Also, every tiger has, and I'm not going to write different because I crossed that out. I'm going to write what I did when I revised for more robust vocabulary. Extraordinary and special. And extraordinary and special. And I'll keep going this way on my page until I've written down everything that I drafted for that first subtopic. I'll completely finish the page and then I'll go back to do my drawing. Now here I'm talking about what tigers look like. I talk a lot about their fur and their size. So when I draw my picture, I want to make sure that I'm depicting that I'm showing that. So here's my cat. Whiskers. Okay, now I want him to look more like a lion, so I'm going to make sure I give him stripes. Draw his big body with his tail. Make sure I draw my stripes on him. Okay. And maybe since this is nonfiction, I'm going to add in some labels. Unique pattern. Whiskers, ears, large paws. And then when it's time for me to go to my next subtopic, I'll take another piece of paper, and on that piece of paper, I'm going to do the same thing. So for my next subtopic, what do tigers eat? I will write that on top. What do tigers eat? Underline a box for my drawing, and I'll start writing. And when I'm all done and I've published my entire writing, I can make it into a book. Page 1 will be my introduction. Then I'll have what tigers look like. I'll have what do tigers eat. I'll have my next subtopics or my next paragraphs. I'll put a nice cover on it. I'll put my table of contents, and I'll have a beautiful book to share and to celebrate with my class. So remember, boys and girls, today when you're publishing, you want to make sure that you're copying every single thing that you revised and edited. You want to make sure that you have your heading on top with a capital letter and underlined. You create yourself a box for your illustration, and you write in your neatest handwriting. You'll have a few days to publish, so take it slow. Remember to add labels to your pictures and to add some really nice color. You're the author, you're the writer, you're the illustrator. So let's make really nice books, and I can't wait to hear them. Happy publishing!